So I just came back from America. Actually, 我这是第一次来中国，所以中文讲的不是很好。那我也算是没有规则性的，所以呢，本来今天打算全部都是用英文讲，可是呢，因为我也来了2个星期，所以试着有些简单一点的能够翻译成中文。So my name is Travis, and I'm from Silicon Valley. I landed 2 weeks ago because my company has just joined with HTC Vive. In partnership to build you the future of storytelling. 所以在2个礼拜前，我从美国回来到中国的时候，我跟 HTC 现在做一个 partnership， 我们想要带给你们 VR 的未来。So a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Canada. I studied biomedical computing. So biomedical computing is a little far-fetched from what we're doing right now, which is film. But at the same time, I felt like there's a part of me that always embraced the arts. So when I went to Silicon Valley after college, I started falling for film. So I thought, what can I do to join film and virtual reality technology together? And that's why now I'm running LumiereVR, a company dedicated to bringing you the future of storytelling. 在场的观众们应该都听说过 VR 这个东西，说 VR 这个东西可能会在很多其他的行业上带来一种可能更新嘛 revolution. So VR can change a lot of industries such as gaming, such as real estate, and things like education. But today I want to talk about something a little bit different, something that's not really talked about in virtual reality, and something that I truly believe is the true essence of VR. In terms of virtual reality, I truly believe that gaming, real estate, and all these educational stuff is really prevalent. But really what VR can do is bring us a different perspective towards different people. So I remember a couple years ago when I first started in virtual reality. This is 3 years ago. The DK1 from the Oculus Rift had just came out. And back then, everyone was super excited for how this is going to change the way we live life. But the truth is, most people are scared. They're afraid that when everyone growing up with these head-mounted displays come to be, they're going to lose all forms of human interaction. People believe that you won't be able to communicate with one another once you're super used to virtual reality. But contrary to that belief, I actually think the otherwise. Virtual reality is a technology that allows us to connect with one another rather than isolate ourselves against one another. So the history of humanity, we've been plagued with wars and conflicts. And the truth is, it's always stemming from things that are extremely non-important, non-crucial. It's either my God is better than your God, or the way you wear your hat is different. I'm going to bring my army and fix it for you. We seem to not be able to understand and see from another perspective. And that's something that I believe can change with virtual reality. So before I get into virtual reality, I just want to do an exercise with you guys. Close your eyes for a second, everybody, and try to think back to a time you had a conflict with someone else. Think about that time maybe someone cut in front of you, an angry driver cut in front of you. Or maybe that time in a concession stand when someone budged in front of you in line. Think about how absolutely outrageous their behavior was. But now, let's take a step back. Maybe there's a story there that you don't know about. Maybe the guy who's cutting you off in traffic is trying to race to his wife who's giving birth at a hospital nearby. Maybe the person budging in front of you at the concession stand, has a kid who has a fever upstairs and he's just trying to buy some medicine. Once we start looking at things in a different perspective, we start to feel empathetic towards our so-called enemies. And I believe VR can enhance this. I believe as entrepreneurs, we can find opportunities in things like this. For example, if long lines at a medical service is a problem, maybe it calls for better on-demand medical services. Maybe this is something that we can explore as entrepreneurs. Maybe we can explore what is the problem and look at it from a different perspective. And this is what you get when you start listening to the stories around you. So today I actually prepared a demo scene that we actually shot with the government of Guilin. Unfortunately, this is not working, but I'm going to try and see if I can play this. So anyway, this is a film demo that I kind of prepared, but I was hoping this would work. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so this is a scene we captured in virtual reality a couple of days ago in Guilin. So this is just a couple of hours away from here. And unfortunately, we can't provide a VR headset for everybody here, but you can imagine this world completely wrapped around you, allowing you to see, what's going on inside this beautiful scenery. So here we're following an old man, who's living alone. Many people see him as
when an old man trying to survive, trying to struggle. But we're able to capture the essence of his life and really tell you the story of how this guy, he's 85, and he carries one of the last secrets to a lost civilization. So this is the power of virtual reality. Not only do you get to focus on the subject we're capturing, but at the same time, we actually get to see the surrounding scenery. So this is something that I hold really true to my heart. VR really opens a window to another life. So here you can see 2 birds that he used to catch fish. This is an art that was lost a long time ago in China. And we were very fortunate to be able to see this.
A couple months ago, I met a girl whose family is from Afghanistan. So she was a refugee, and just when she was learning how to read and write back home, the war happened. So all she had for memories growing up were war-torn states and the sacrifices her family had made to bring her out of the country. So a lot of us here actually have this tendency to feel pity towards her. But the truth is, she doesn't need people to feel bad about her childhood. It's a part of her. It's a part of her story. All she wanted was people to be able to relate to her story. So the one thing we can do here with virtual reality is actually capture and recreate scenes from her childhood and share with other people. So as storytellers, what we did was we were able to recreate this scene as a joint force with the Marine Corps of the United States Army. And what we were able to do is recreate their childhood memories piece by piece and allow her to relive some of that memories that were sometimes gruesome and terrible, but to her, it's a part of her. And that really got me thinking. Virtual reality really has this ability to turn pity into empathy. It allows us to really look into all the different ways, different places we came from, and also tap into some of the resources that we each share. So one of the things that I want to highlight here is virtual reality is just starting. And in China, a lot of people have been focusing on gaming, have been focused on experiences and simulations. But I really think we can explore a little bit about film. Film really can turn your emotions around. It can change your perspective. And it's not about what happens and how you feel when you're watching the film, but how you feel and how you've changed after watching the film. So today I'm here on the stage. I want to bring to you guys something that LumiereVR is doing alongside with HTC. Beyond the fact that we're actually building a platform to share PGC content, we're going to pursue a series on our own, trying to feel and connect with people around the world. So what if we could, go around the world and talk to every group of people, every individual? So I want to end.
We seldom realize that our thoughts and emotions are shaped by the languages we knew and the experiences we had growing up. Sadly, it is the very characteristic that often lead to misunderstandings between 2 cultures. We all have our stories growing up, and as the world becomes more and more like a global village, we are in dire need for a better way to share that story. What if we could experience growing up again in a different culture, with different people, different food, and different beliefs? In the first ever first-person VR documentary series, LumiereVR will shed light on different cultures around the world, giving you the opportunity to experience firsthand what it's like to grow up in 7 different countries.
So that's the trailer that we kind of put together after shooting the scene from the girl from Afghanistan. Our goal really is to travel around the world and captivate all the different cultures and really bring people together by shooting 7 to 8 minute very short virtual reality first-person documentaries and allow everybody to see what it's like and open a window to a world we never knew existed. So let's work together and turn pity into empathy. Thank you very much. 我本来想用中文说，可是我可能中文还是不行。谢谢大家。
Travis， 请留步。我觉得我刚才非常感兴趣你的分享。我相信因为我们刚才聊的一个非常前沿的、非常敏感的这样的一个技术，我相信现场有很多的科技爱好者可能会有一些问题跟我们一起去碰撞和分享。 所以呢，我们今天也将进入到我们今天的第一轮的一个现场互动的环节。
可以。
所以我们也希望我们现场的各位科技爱好者能够打破规则，把你对 VR 的好奇，对 VR 未来趋势的一些想法，能抛出来跟我们的 Travis 来沟通。那我们现场的工作人员也有为每一位提问的伙伴准备一些非常精美的礼品。那我们来看一看现场有哪位我们的来宾会有一些疑问要跟我们的 Travis 互动吗？来举手试一下。
你好，我想请问一个问题啊，因为最近接触的VR 跟 HVR 的这一类的这个产品跟一些信息比较多，我想就是问一下这个嘉宾，就是说目前这个发展方向 VR 跟 HVR 它的应用场景在未来的话，在哪方面会是比较多？他们的一个基本的一个区分点在哪里？这样子，谢谢。
所以你是说 VR versus AR 是吧？还是？因为现在的话，比如说在中国跟在美国，其实它是两种不一样的发展方法。那其实在美国的话，真正最普遍的 VR 其实是 Oculus Rift。就是说 Facebook 脸书那边出了一个VR headset。那在中国其实最普遍的都是，除了 HTC Vive 以外，其实都是一些用手机型看的这种 VR headset。那两个方法来发展这个就不一样了。比如说在 Oculus 的话，它其实对我们做电影还是蛮不错的，因为它是一个静态的行为。那在中国的话，其实是一个比较动态的行为，所以中国其实在 VR 方面发展以游戏的方面是比较多的。那在未来的话，现在 HTC 也在准备做一些非游戏型的发展。那现在在中国的话，大部分就是游戏啊，要不然就是说房地产，这方面最火。那我觉得在未来的发展，可能真的会走向电影。那 AR 这方面，像 HoloLens 呢，或者是 Meta 这种东西，其实还早。那他们现在虽然广告做的很多，那也说跟大家说，奇怪，它可以在日常生活上就用到这个突然跑出来的一些graphics 来说，能够给你一些提示，在工作上可以给你一些应用的方面。可是它这个 tracking 真的还是不够好，至少要在5到10年，它才会像 VR 这么成熟。那 VR 也是刚开始，所以呢，他们其实是我们英文讲 two sides of the same coin， 就是说一个硬币的两边，他们两个会work together 一起合作来打造一种新的生活方式。
我想问一下，对于 VR 和 AR， 你认为哪一个在日后生活中应用的场景更宽广一点？
他们两个是用在不一样的地方。那 VR 的话就是用来娱乐的，那 AR 的话，其实你在普通生活上其实会用到很多。比如说你在工作室的时候想要做一些互动，或者说就 meeting 嘛，那这样的话其实用 AR 来讲会比较方便一点，因为它不会把你整个就是视窗全部都打乱。那 VR 的话其实就是娱乐，它想要把你从这个现实带到虚拟现实来说，所以你会跟这个世界完全脱离了关系，这是 VR 的好处。所以呢，它其实两个是不一样的走法。VR 跟 AR 都会存在，只是 VR 是用来娱乐用的。
但是 AR 在娱乐方面的应用也很宽广，比如说前段时间那个 Pokemon Go， 以及微软出的 HoloLens， 它本身也是跟周围环境结合的一种游戏的模式。那就我个人的体验来说，因为几款产品也都试过了，所以我觉得那个 HoloLens 玩起来体验是非常好的，比那个三星的 GearVR 之类的，或者说其他几个，因为跟周围的生活的现实会结合起来。那你也可以在自由的走动，但 VR 只能戴着头盔不能动。那是不是这 AR 在娱乐方面其实也是有一个很大的应用的场景？
对，其实也是有，比如说你 Pokemon Go， 其实它也不能算是 AR， 因为其实它只是你一个手机，那它也没有做什么 tracking。真正的 AR 的话，你是需要到处走动，这个它的出现的影像的 graphics 应该是留在那个地方不动。那个 Pokemon Go 的话，你一移动它就会漂移，所以这不是真正的 AR。那真正的 AR 的话，当然在游戏上也很实用。只是呢，我觉得 AR 最大的 potential， 它最大的潜力是在于说能够跟日常生活结合在一起，也就是像你说的，它能够跟真实合在一起。那跟真实合在一起，你就可以拿它来做工作，比如说在做一些什么模型啊，你可以做出一个跟就是对比一样大的这种做法，或者说你在做一个 design 的时候，你可以说，这个颜色这样子配在这边会是什么样子。所以我觉得它在这个地方会是比较吃香一点的。
就是刚才你说那个 VR 就主要是用在娱乐方面嘛？
对。
但是我之前了解的话，就是它好像在医学方面也是有一定的应用的。就是我想更多的了解一下，就是你可不可以介绍它在医学方面一些应用？
可以啊，所以其实我们有很多朋友都在做 VR 嘛，那在做 VR simulation 的也较多。那在医疗方面的话，就是说它能够让它当教学。那教学方面呢，说虽然不能说是娱乐，可是它也是需要把你从这个现实脱离到一个地方。那在脱离到这个地方的时候，你就可以说，哎，好，我们现在来模仿一下这个手术室。那当一个医生在做解剖的时候，他就可以说，哎。那这条管子在这边剪，这条管子在这边剪。其实我觉得在 AR 方面的话，这可能会更实用一点。那 VR 来做教学，那 AR 来实际操作。比如说真正在进行手术的时候，它这可能器官在切割的器官可以在旁边的影视像显现出来。那它边切的时候，它这个影像就可以说，哎，这边动到哪里，这边血管动到哪里，这样子可以给你一个补助。那也就是说，我觉得 AR 的话，好像是给你在人生中加了一场subtitle， 加了一场字母，对不对？
也就是说，那个 VR 它在教学上就是可以去发展那个婴儿的那种想象能力，就对了。
对对对，其实，在教学方现在最吃香的就是 K-12 嘛，因为这个婴儿全部他可以接受外来的一些影响力，他就在这个 environment 里面，你可以 control 他学了什么东西。比如说在物理化学方面呢，两个分子、两个原子，其实中文不是很会讲，可是就是说连在一起的时候，产生的一些化学变化，它能够清清楚楚的 visualize。
那他除了在婴儿方面，就是教育方面，就是他在医学治疗方面，就是有没有什么？
有，其实很大的潜力，只是因为现在其实我们就是说医学方面的一些规则性啊这种东西和教学方法已经都是就 set in stone 嘛，就是说已经给它定下来了，那很难更改，所以它会比较慢一点。那要跟政府改革啊，这样会花一些时间。
那就是说他是会把我们带入一个虚拟的世界，就是他对于那种心理的治疗方面是不是有发展？
对，其实在美国很多就是说治疗这种心理障碍的一些场所和老人院啊这种地方，常常就用虚拟现实来说，哎，能不能帮你分忧一下，能不能让你分担一下？就是说，如果你自己会害怕，比如说惧高症的话，他们能用虚拟现实的方法来解决这个问题。
那么由于时间的关系，非常感谢 Travis 今天给我们带来的精彩的分享。